Tanti tu timtik. Nananas kumal tamama utawi mau. Uma pematsunga bis mi gusia kutasigawi nakaski. Iwa iwan gisksia kasko kananas kumaya. Iwa mina imantu nimagik. Iwa iwan giskisia. Kukum panawag. Iwa kumusum panawag. Igi kisitaki. Igi mi gusia kuistawao. Nihiyawun. Nihiyawagi samun. Iwa nihiyaw istikiun. Iwa sitiman. Tuhtian. Ustisomani niganastaya nihiyawun. Iwa mina. Igi timgusia inuag. Kamisiniak, maga ustawi kimgusiak, kisnowi kimigusiak bemasun utakaya kasi kamama untoyak, kasitos katoyak, kagistuni kapmusiak, mewatamuni, kapatimuni. Kita isininawag, kusimnawag, kita tanskutapanawag use, anong sinagaki, ay. I thank Creator first and foremost for the life gifted to us on Mother Earth, yet we take for granted. We're here more by the grace of God than by the grace of man. I honor the memory of my ancestors, my grandfathers, and my grandmothers by speaking the voice that was gifted to us by Creator. Our ancestors respected their language, their culture, their identity, and they practiced it through their spirituality. And I welcome each and every one of you to Treaty 6 territory. Home of the Nihil.
This, my friends, is Linda Bull. Linda Bull is from Alberta here. This is her native land here. And we're sharing a little bit about the Earth Treaty today. So, Linda, I wanted you to share this with your people and our Mapuche brothers that are here too. And I thought maybe you could give me some ideas on how we could get the message of our ancestors out, because it's so important. You know, the Earth Treaty began as an attempt to bring Aboriginal people and others together to recollect our various cultures and wisdom, and to share some deeper responsibilities to Mother Earth. Now, as we looked at the cultures in which we were involved, we saw the Earth ethic was necessary to help humanity retreat from the edge of self-extinction. The world is in a bad way. Mother Earth needs protection. And it's the message of our elders that can do that protecting. Now, with the Earth Treaty, the Earth Treaty is something that builds community, and it builds an awareness of the importance of Native issues and concerns, which should be, when it comes to the environment, they should be issues of concern for everybody. But a proposed vision of Earth ethics, with an Earth ethic and 1,000 generations of indigenous past as its guide, the Earth Treaty purpose is a simple set of goals, a statement and an outline of achievable goals proportional to the scale of the sponsor. We need an outline or a series of activities to guide and lead to achieve those goals, and a plan to provide a tool to evaluate the effectiveness of the activity. That's kind of what an Earth Treaty is. And beyond that, we need to get into those traditional stories and messages that our elders had. And so to help you understand the Earth Treaty a little bit, I'll share this story in story form. And this particular Earth Treaty that I have done here is taken from a Thanksgiving greeting by my people, the Lodino Shawnee, or the Iroquois Confederation, better known as. And it goes like this. That long time ago, way back in the beginning, when the world was created, there were certain instructions that were given to us. These were laws, you might say, natural laws. And these instructions and laws were that all life forms would grow from Mother Earth, and that each of these life forms would have a specific job and a duty to perform in this world. And in the performance of that duty, they would affect every other living life form. Thus, we have the ecosystem, you might say. Everything is dependent on everything else. For humans and for Native people, we believe that we were given a special ability, and that is the ability to use reason to think things out. And our job and our task here was to take care of Mother Earth. Now, the Creator, knowing that we were human, and knowing that we would from time to time forget this very important message, and Today it seems to be a time that many of the people of the world have forgotten that important message. He gave us a beautiful Thanksgiving greeting. And he says, if you will remember to acknowledge all the living life forms that exist, from the two-legged and the four-legged that walk on the earth, to the winged creatures, to the birds, all the birds that sing to us their beautiful songs, as we give thanks to all the fish in the water and all those who exist around the water, the turtles. And if we give thanks to the rivers that flow and bring us water to drink, and the lakes that bring us, to quench our thirst, and to give thanks for the mountains, to give thanks for the valleys, and to remember to give thanks for Grandmother Moon, who still shines her face on us and who controls the tides, and to give thanks for our son, the elder brother who is watching over us, who warms us and everything grows. If we remember these Thanksgiving greetings, we will remember the message of the Creator. And so it was that this Earth Treaty was created, to honor the Creator for all these gifts given to nurture us, that we should care for and nurture these. And gifts given through Mother Earth, so it is the Earth Treaty is created. As we offer thanks to the Creator for these, we offer thanks also for the bounty of Mother Earth. For our Mother Earth, we, your children, who derive our existence and well-being from your bounty, are grateful to you for the gifts that give life. Even as our grandparents had a special relation to the animals that provide food, clothing for our existence, today those animals continue to teach us how to live with one another. We give thanks for the trees that renew the oxygen that we breathe and provide wood for our homes. And we give thanks for the different grasses and seeds that grow about on the land. We give thanks for the herbal plants that provide us with medicine to cure us when we are sick. We give thanks for the waters flowing in different directions. There are ocean, lakes, streams, and rivers. It is through water that our thirst is quenched. We give thanks to our eldest brother, the sun, who still shines light upon us, so that we may see creation clearly, and also that this sun gives warmth, that everything will grow in the earth. We see our Grandmother Moon's face in the sky. She is the one who's connected with the earth and who controls the tides and watches over the cycles of the female. We thank her for continuing her sacred duties. As we look to the four directions, we offer thanks to the winds that blow and renew the air that we breathe. Mother Earth, what will happen to our children if we fail to protect your well-being? We will take peaceful action as necessary to bring in reconciliation. In this way, we will aid in the restoration of your bounty, Mother Earth. And then it goes on to say, we, the undersigned, representatives of Mother Earth, now share a common concern and pledge to aid in your purification. We promise to promote peace with you by preserving and protecting our environment. So it is this day from my heart that I do hereby agree with this Earth Treaty, promising to adhere to its principles for as long as the sun shall shine and the grass shall grow and the river shall flow and the winds will blow. Well, this particular Earth Treaty was taken from a Thanksgiving that we give in our ceremonies and before every meeting we have. And we give it in the morning time and the evening time. And so it relates to that story a long time ago when the Creator gave us these powerful messages. And he said, don't ever forget your ways. Remember your dances, remember your songs, and remember your ceremonies. And so for thousands of years, this powerful message has been handed down from generation to generation. And now it's time to bring it into the dominant culture. Because we see so much destruction in Mother Earth, it's time to move forward with a plan. We need to listen to Aboriginal people from all over the world. We have in the Americas, Turtle Island, North America is what we refer to Turtle Island as. And we have our Mapuche brothers from the south. We have many similarities. Both of our cultures were invaded at the same time. And about 500 years ago, a new mindset came to our people on these shores. And that mindset, you only need to look at Christopher Columbus and why he came here. He was looking for gold and silver. He was looking for spices. He was looking for the natural resources. That's Christopher Columbus and the Spanish as they took over South America. We, on Turtle Island in North America here, we were invaded by the French and the English and the Dutch. And the French and the English left us a strong legacy of disruption in our culture that we have yet to recover from. Well, it was 500 years ago that those first seeds of those corporations today began in the exploration of North America. They are coming today for the same reasons they came 500 years ago, to take the natural resources. And as always, we as Native people, believing our job and our task is to take care of Mother Earth, find ourselves in the middle of this, trying to be diplomatic about it as they exploit the land, tell them to take only what they need. But we're beginning to pass this message. So with my sister here, Linda, and my Mapuche brother, we hope that we can somehow bring this important message to you. Linda, would you like to share some more of what we've been doing as of late here in the community and the ceremony and similarities in those ceremonies?
Actually, we had a welcoming ceremony that we shared with our Mapuche brother down at the Epcor site, which is the site of the Bihunat old trading post with indigenous peoples that used to trade, and even with the Europeans that later came, and also the site of a historic site in which pre-syllabics were born. It's also a site where there's burial sites, and also a spiritual ceremonies were held there. Today it's an industrial site. Today the sacredness has been taken away from the indigenous people, and we need to do something, because when we look around, we're finding that we're on the brink of destruction, and we need to go back and revisit those sites of oppression in order to change that oppression. Because if we don't do something about it, who is going to do that for our grandchildren? We need to validate spiritual teachings. We need to go back and look at the worldview of indigenous people, which is holistic in nature, which is interrelated, interconnected with all of life, with creation and creator. We need to go back and validate those spiritual teachings and the indigenous thought that runs universal amongst indigenous peoples based on natural law. And we need to raise the consciousness of our people. What I'd like to share also is that our spirituality is not a religion. It is a way of life. You can bring and apply your spirituality into a religion if you so choose, but you don't need an organized religion to be spiritual. That's the difference and the teaching of our elders. Also, through dreams, visions, and prophecies is how we connect to spirit, and that we have a spiritual connection to Mother Earth, because Mother Earth is alive with all of creation. And our responsibility is to the seventh generation. Our responsibility is always looking towards leaving the best for our grandchildren. But I have a difficult time with that, because when you look around today with multinationals extracting and exploiting Mother Earth at the expense of the peoples of the land and the environment, is there a seventh generation to look forward to? We get our mandate no longer from our elected leadership, but from our grandchildren, because if we don't do something and speak on their behalf, what kind of a world are we leaving behind for them? And looking back at the 500 years where our people have experienced 500 years of oppression, and in many cases we have internalized that oppression and have become our own worst oppressors, we need to change that, or we need to bring back spirit to our people. We are a dying people, and I know somewhere it's written that without a vision, people perish. We need to gain back that vision. We need to help each other be collective, and we're making our connections, our north-south connections with the indigenous peoples of the Americas, because we share a similar experience. And I welcome Armando